As Raila Amolo Odinga days were now numbered in some hours during the function that was held at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University, there is one man who stood and swept the ground. I'm talking about the Siaya Governor James Orengo, a renowned lawyer. He literally attacked President William Ruto face to face as he paid his last tribute to the fallen hero, Right Honorable Raila Odinga. You know, when James Orengo was given a chance to speak to the audience and pay his last respect, at some point he said that the multi-partyism that is now Kenyans are enjoying, some are using it as a weapon, or were using it as a weapon to attack Raila Odinga, not knowing that indeed Raila was the fighter of that multi-partyism.
Raila was a fighter for justice and democracy all his life. And sometimes I'm taken aback by some people who enjoy the rights Raila has fought for, including political parties. There are those who now lead political parties and abuse Raila Odinga without knowing that without Raila Odinga, you would not be leading those parties that you're leading today. They don't know. And I say, woe unto you. I say, woe unto you. There are those who forget the legacy of Raila Odinga. We have the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And people are here.
It literally directed to President William Ruto. President William Ruto on the recent days has done what we call culmination of a parties. You know, he has come 2022, he merged a lot of political coalitions so that he could form government through the flag Kenya Kwanza government that is now in place. And James Orengo said that those previous years that Raila Odinga has voted to seek the presidential seat, a number of them and a number of times he was being robbed his victory. One, he highlighted the 2007-2008 post-election things that led to post-election violence. And two, the 2017 that made history as the Kenya, the first Africa to nullify a presidential election.
He was a brave man. I remember after the elections in 2017, when his votes were stolen, and we must continue to say that, when his votes were stolen, Raila decided with a few of us that he was going to be sworn as a people's president at Uhuru Park. You know, that day is when I knew there are many people who wear trousers, but they should not be wearing those trousers. But Raila said.
And in Orengo's speech, here you have listened to it, that James Orengo was categorically attacking the government while defending Right Honorable Raila Odinga. In what he said in around 9 minutes of his speech, he said that Raila Odinga was a man enough to be sworn in as a people's president. He also even attacked some of the political members who are now at ODM party, bragging to be the senior ODM members, that when Right Honorable Raila Odinga was to be sworn in as a people's president at Uhuru Park, men waliingia nyasi. You know, he went ahead and even say that those men who are now wearing trousers at that particular time, who never faced the government, should not be wearing trousers. In simple terms, aliwafananisha kama wanawake, watu waoga, and now they want to bring the lecture to the ODM party. You know, James Orengo was skeptical and direct in his speech. It was a maiden speech for me that watched and mourned the days. Of all the speeches that were made, James Orengo stood firm and lectured President William Ruto while attacking and defending. You know, the rhetoric tactic of law that James Orengo took part of it and used it to smash the Kenya Kwanza government.
I want to remind all Kenyans that the legacy of Raila Odinga will not be kept by mere speech. Speechifying would not be enough. It is to make sure that the gains we have made will never be lost. You should never give any space for gains that Kenya has gained to be lost. That is the only way of keeping the true legacy of Raila Odinga. President Ruto, I am confident that when you consider the agreement that you have between the party ODM and UDA, that both of you witnessed, that this will be fulfilled, because that will keep the legacy and spirit of Raila burning and burning and burning and burning. The other character of Raila Odinga, other than being brave,
you know, he said that going forward, they will be moving with what Raila would have wished to be done in this government. And them being in broad base is not a satisfaction. The satisfaction for Raila Odinga was ODM to win a seat. Listen to the whole part of speech and tell me what is your view on what James Orengo said.